The US cannot choose between supporting Israel and Ukraine. The joint message from US Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Secretary of Defense General Lloyd Austin appearing before senators to plead Congress for billions more dollars to support both conflicts. Their testimony interrupted by anti-war demonstrators demanding an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, where Israeli forces are battling Hamas following the militant group's surprise attack earlier this month. But amid growing international concern for the plight of civilians in Gaza, the Biden administration is focused on increasing its military and financial support for Israel. And for Blinken, the two conflicts are linked by Iran's financial support for both Russia and Hamas, as well as for other Middle East militant groups intent on destroying Israel. Iran denies playing any role in the Hamas attack on Israel and rejects insinuations to the contrary.
Increasingly, Russia and Iran are working together to challenge our leadership, to hem us in globally, to pose a growing threat to our own security as well as to that of our allies and partners.
But in many ways, both Blinken and Austin are preaching to the converted. The Democrat-controlled Senate has mostly bipartisan support for some $106 billion in additional funding for Israel and Ukraine, as well as additional funds for US border security. But the Republican-controlled House of Representatives is a different story. There, the Freedom Caucus's opposition to continue sending billions of dollars in military and financial aid to Ukraine largely reflects the public mood souring on a conflict with no clear end in sight. These lawmakers, whose rebellion over spending led to the downfall of their own speaker, are demanding separate pieces of legislation for Israel and Ukraine. But even the most conservative have a price for funding Israel. The new speaker proposing to meet Biden's $14.3 billion request by cutting that amount from the Internal Revenue Service. That proposition is likely to clash with the Senate. And as lawmakers contemplate just how much they're prepared to support two conflicts with huge global ramifications, the White House says it has less than $5.5 billion for sending weapons to Ukraine. Owen, Fairclough, CGTN, Washington.